I'm just so sick of hearing everyone complain. I know it's tough and I know there's pain.
Welcome to CryptoEMC, everybody, where you get daily Bitcoin updates, not under a minute, maybe with some BS. With me is my trade buddy, Fibonacci. How are you doing, my friend? You get daily Bitcoin updates, not under...
I had echo.
I think I'm sorted out now. I had a tab open. I apologize. Lee, well, we kind of missed the cue for that little joke to go through, but let's move on. DXY. Yesterday we said the DXY, we wanted to see it move down. I wanted to see a lower low. That would have been my signal. Didn't get a lower low. We are at the moment bouncing right on this trend line. Now, remember, guys, this trend line we've drawn now comes from way back, and it's a supply line. So we gave you guys an educational video on how we draw these lines, trend lines, road to Lambos, named by one of our community members, and that's the significance of these levels. So with that being said, what is it going to do? Now we had Jerome Powell come out yesterday and talked about what is happening in the economy at this stage. And their main goal is to restore price stability and it's a non-negotiable need for them. So what do they mean by price stability? Well, they don't want to see people fleeing to the dollar, which is good. And they looked at, and after that whole speech, the markets kind of, rallied. I don't want to say rally, can't really call it a big rally, but it really did respond well to the news. One thing's important that they, basically stress it out. It is a very challenging thing for them at this stage to try and make sure that they've got all the bases covered. Unemployment is very low at the moment, and I don't think they want to really meddle with that. And the idea is that if U.S. retail spending still keeps on going up, as it's shown at this stage, it still shows that there's still strength in the economy. And with that being said, we can look back at this little chart and we can start looking at the probability for an additional rate hike later on. Now, is the market pricing this in already? I doubt that, because everybody is getting optimistic at this stage that, it's already priced in. So I think that there's a lot of questions we need to go through and a lot of things. Now, to get to our tile, Lee, we said this today. Let me bring up the tile quickly before we do this. Let's maybe do this first. So now you can see our faces. I spend hours planning. And then as soon as I go live, all my planning goes to shit. I don't know what's up with that. That said, okay, Lee, before we move on, let's quickly have a look at Bitcoin. I want to bring back Bitcoin. Now, today we're going to be discussing, Lee, you've got a bearish scenario for us. Is it correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, why do we want a bearish scenario if we're saying we're bullish at this very point? Well, remember, guys, we want to plan for our losses, which means that if the market goes in that direction, we know what to do. Don't plan for your victory, because if you don't get your victory, you're stuck in a bad trade. So you have to do what the others are not doing. 90% of people don't care about planning how they can lose money. They rather plan on how they can make money. That's why they keep on not making money. So remember, we have to do the opposite. So Lee's got a bearish scenario, and just before we go into bearish, I just want to give a little bit of a light bullish hope on the 4 hour. Remember, the 4 hour is pretty much, or the 5 hour for that matter, is pretty much very irrelevant to the big picture analysis, because big picture wise, where we're at now, we don't have any confirmation that we're going to go up. What we do have is at the moment on the 5 hour, on the 4 hour, is we made a higher low at this stage, but now we're trending down, and we almost like I don't want to start pattern trading this, but we are losing momentum to even try and attack these highs. So for me, looking at this, it's not really that good. I do have a buy at around this level here, 28,900. So I expect us to have maybe a quick wick into there. And at that stage, we'll not if we don't make a higher high, I'm going to be calling it a day. And the way that I'm going to do it is once my buy gets triggered, my stop will be sitting below this level over here. And the idea is that I will track it with a normal fib retracement tool. And as soon as we lose the 23.6, I'm going to call it a day. Now, what do I mean by that? Looking at this, if you look at this impulse over here, once we lose the 23.6, open close, I use that as my exit liquidity. Simple as that. So I'm going to do exactly the same there. With this being said, now I do have this whole range to look at. So a buy at this level over here would be a 618 test. So maybe we go test the 618. Good sign for me. Then if we don't get above this 23.6, I'm calling it a day because we'll probably go make lower lows. That's my little bit of a trading thing. Before we go on, guys, I want you to quickly go on to the community tab on this channel and just quickly give me your thoughts. We're going to discuss this a little bit later. Maybe I need to reload the screen. Maybe we have a little bit more votes by now. It's kind of like a last minute. There's a 51 votes now. I thought about it, but it's important. I think we want to discuss this a little bit later because it boils down to how we manage our risk and such. So please just do me a solid. Go choose one, and then let's use that to each other's benefit in a few minutes time. Okay, I'm done. Lee, you want to talk a little bit more news, or do you want to go charts?
Is there any other news?
Well, Cardano is on Mount Everest. That's big news, or not? What do you think?
Cardano is what? Are they finally moving?
Well, they are on the physical Mount Everest. So what happened there was, I'm going to bring up the article. I quickly bring my screen up for you guys. And so basically what happened, I found this article this morning. Basically, Charles Hodgkinson praising the Cardano community, saying that it's got the strongest community and the strong marketing community. They don't even need to pay for marketing because community members do crazy stuff like this. I'm just waiting for the image to load. For some reason, it's not loading on the screen. Where is it at? Come on. This is not nice. Let me refresh this the screen. But basically, some community members went up Mount Everest and they brought a Cardano flag with them. So if it will allow to load, it's a bit of a dud. Let's give it some time. But okay. And also what the article states that because of that and over the weekend, yes, Lee, you want to say something?
No, I was about to say something mean. I'm just going to keep it for myself.
There it is. It's coming. My internet just was useless. So they're the guys on top of Mount Everest, the summit of Mount Everest, trying to plant the first flag there. So if you've got Cardano, you're on Everest, baby. So, for what it's worth.
Okay.
But okay, just to point out to this little bit of a puff piece. The main thing is they did get more investment and they managed to get additional 20 million more funding since this. And the total value locked went up from 118 million. There's a typo in this article to 137. So what does that mean? So if you can go to DeFi Llama, if you just want to check it out, you can actually see there on the 13th, 118, and we're currently sitting at 136. So there is money entering Cardano at this stage. And the type of money that throws 20 million into a chain like this is what we can consider smart money. So just keep that in mind. Now, there's a lot of minds around Cardano, people thinking that if it loses 40 cents, it's going to tank. There's articles on that as well. I say from my point of view, if we look at Cardano and we try and see what happens if it loses 40 cents, technical analysis-wise, what can we expect? Well, there's a lot of structure around this area over here at 30 cents. So if it does do that, let's say Cardano goes and loses 40 cents, losing this 47 cent level, it's going to get bought up very quickly around 37 cents. There was a lot of buying over there, and this would be a good area. This was a strong demand zone that basically led to all this price action. So you can definitely assume that there's going to be a lot of buying around that range. So for me, I'm not too concerned about it. If Cardano doesn't give me the higher high that I'm hoping for, which is currently actually sitting at this level here, which is ridiculous, 90 cents from where it's at now, I will be more than happy to wait for it to actually go down to this range here. Stress the community out more, make the weak hands leave further, and then from that point onwards, we'll have a more realistically achievable higher high to start creating this petering out effect where the price then starts sitting around this range and maybe some stage starts moving back up. So remember, this yellow trend line is it's not technical analysis, guys. It's just trying to visually convey my thoughts. Okay, so that's Cardano news, Lee. You want to have a look at some more news?
Yeah, give you all the news.
Okay. Let me give you some more news. Now, remember, in a winter or in a negative spell like this, good news doesn't really move the market. So don't look at this as a reason to go buy. I'm just giving you the news so you can understand what other big institutional players are doing, so that when we take action, when the time comes, we'll lay the plan out for you a little bit later. When we take action, we can have a fundamental backing on a reason why. So Shiba Inu slides in the top held token list by 1,000 ETH whales. So basically, it's the ETH wallet, one of the biggest ETH wallets. And what are they holding? And Shiba Inu at this stage is ranked 4th. So this is something serious. It started off as a meme coin. I think you can almost use it as the beginning of Bitcoin for a lot of people. Bitcoin started off as a joke. I think if I knew about Bitcoin in 2009 or 10, I would have also called it a joke. Sorry to say that, but that's the reality. That's the type of individual I am. But now Shiba Inu has now proven that they are more than just a meme coin. It's merely a meme branded coin. There's a lot of fundamentals and stuff happening behind this. So this is something that we need to take serious, and these guys are already taking it serious. So something to just keep in mind for when you want to spend some of those all now and see where we at. But that's something that you definitely need to take a look at. Okay, and this is now off the back with Doge as well. Elon basically came out and said they're going to look for using Doge as a good currency system for some of the functionality that they want to bring to a new WeChat type space. So yet again, Doge isn't, Lee, correct me if I'm wrong, but Doge is a fork of Bitcoin, just as a joke. So it carries the same bones and structure. It's just Dogecoin. So the reality is, if there's going to be some real purpose behind it, it's some things that we need to take serious. And these major influential people, you've now seen how influence can drive markets through crazy cycles and have people believing in stuff that's maybe not the best for themselves, thinking about the Luna, think about all these other things that's out there, these pump and dump schemes out there, Ponzi projects, as we can label them. This is just something to keep in mind, because if somebody that influential tells you this is a good project, and it's a discount at this stage, I think it's worth taking note. Then I want to talk to you guys about Luna quickly, Lee. So funny news. I found an article. I don't have it yet. I'm not going to go into it. Basically, a wrecked investor went to Do Kwon's house. You know about that?
Oh, no.
Yeah. So basically cornered them and explained to them, listen, you guys seriously need to tell us what the plan is. I lost like $2.5 million in Luna. So there's a lot of angry people, and this thing boils down to what happened now. South Korea calls the Terra CEO for a parliamentary hearing. So they actually want to go and check out. They actually want to get the transactions from the exchange to get behind to see how it happened that this stable coin got depegged. Because I think from what I like, and you can go and read this article yourself. But maybe I just need to share the article before I say you can go read it. So what I like about this article is that the Korean government is basically trying to get behind it. The one thing that you cannot hide in blockchain is extremely transparent. Everybody gets to see the ledger. So you can see, they're making claims that it was a coordinated attack, or somebody, looked at a weakness. And there's actually rumors of somebody explaining this weakness months ago. Same as now, yet again, Same again as what happened with the bridge attack on Ethereum through Vitalik. So basically, somebody was telling them about these things. He laughed it off, and somebody took that initiative.
That's not rumor. That's not rumor. There were a lot of tweets out there already. Months ago before it happened.
So these are things that we just need to. So the government's actually going into that. So I don't want to be Dogecoin at this stage. So if you've got, or if you're holding your Luna, there's probably going to be something done, because I think the one thing that he wouldn't want to do is want to run away at this stage, because he's going to have a lot of people on him. That said, remember the fork. I don't really know what is the main just there, but everybody that tried to capitalize out of the dip is excluded in that fork plan. So anybody that were buying the dips now, basically you left holding with what you have, which I feel, what do you think about it, Lee? Is it fair? Should they do an inclusive plan for you as well that bought the dip?
I don't want to hear Luna anymore. That's at the stage, I don't care. I don't even care about. For me, that's lost. It's gone. Let's move on. Let's don't do the same mistake. Fool me once, shame on me. Shame on you. Fool me twice, and shame on me. So I'm done.
Okay, you're done. Bybit, let's go. Bybit and Red Bull and Formula One, stuff we love. Okay. I'm not a Formula One Red Bull supporter. I am Ferrari, born and bred my whole life. That said, Bybit is really doing a lot for the crypto community as such. And basically what they had, this is their second episode where they put Verstappen and Perez and they asked them questions about crypto. Like, what is gas fees? And what one of these questions, when Lambo, what does it mean? And they have these guys answer it. Now, what it does is Formula One at this stage is really bringing out and branching out to a wider community. It was very European at this stage. It's moving big time into the US, the US sporting scene at this stage, with a lot of new races going to the US. So this is just another step of creating that adoption foundation that we all hold on to when it's dipping and we say, I won't sell my bags. So this is really good and positive for us. It's not going to make the price move, and it's definitely not the reason Bitcoin will spike in 4 hours time if it does spike. But these are specific things that you need to understand and need to keep an eye out, because it's your investment in the cryptocurrency depends on people keep on doing stuff like this. So it's very important. And then the last little thing that I want to talk, actually, we can leave this for later. Before we talk anymore, please hit like, give us a thumb up in the video if you like the content, and let's get Lee's bearish Bitcoin analysis on, because I think everybody's dying for this now. And then while Lee starts doing it, I'm going to see if I can quickly check out that poll. So Lee, I'm going to bring up your screen. There you go, my friend.
Okay, so I'm gonna use these 4 hour charts. And well, yesterday I had a little bit of hope because of this price action here. It was really, really boring. I mean, it is still boring at this stage. So within that, after Powell had his speech, we had a sell-off, and then market bounced back. And at that stage, that was the 618 retrace from this move here. On 1 hour chart, we had a divergence from this pivot here to this pivot here. So if that divergence is going to play out, we will, probably go for a higher high. Unfortunately, we did miss the previous day high, so we were stuck within this range from yesterday's price action. And today we come back, Asian market opened and they were more bearish. We had a big 4 hour candle engulfing this previous bullish structure. At this stage, I'm more feeling, I don't see how this candle can turn, bullish and make a higher high. Look, again, we're wrong. We are still using the 618.788 retrace. But if you do go below the previous daily low, which is at 29,450, I see easily this price action, yes, coming back to this bigger time frame, 618 and 887. Okay, that will be the default one. That will be the areas that you wanted to buy, Rodo, 28.5 and 27.7. Okay, and there is some buy box at that stage, but I'm thinking on a bigger time frame, because for me this is 1, 2, 3. It's clear that it's only like a correction wave, ABC. I don't see anything that's showing me that the market's going to bounce back and put an impulse wave. So the best is if you are bullish, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 and 5, 6, 7, 7 swings up to go to tackle this 33, which I still have in my mind this kind of pattern for me. And then maybe come back, test the lows. But if you do come back, test the lows before and lose this previous daily low, and you don't get your higher highs that you want, and you want to exit the market. Why? Because after that, the price action can easily come back, make a lower low, and come to this one of the flat level, 123, 138.2, which is between 25.6 and 24.8. So I will have my...
invalidates. If we do this now, that basically what you're pointing to is if we do go down without those conditions, we'll basically invalidate everything and probably go down directly to that level, because there's no reason for any bulls to buy.
Well, other than the 61876, I don't see at that stage, at this stage right now, why would we buy this area here? Because we did not make a higher high. The previous high is still at 32.
That's it.
Okay, so that retrace, it's a little bit a really risky trade, because you are only, counting on a reaction of 618 without any momentum and without any structure. Okay, so this buy at this area will be the same. The RSI is going to come back to this level. Price is going to make a lower low, and I'm hoping that the RSI is not going to make a lower low and make a higher high. So at least we have a localization, we have a divergence to play if we are bullish. And most importantly, I went to check this retail pattern charts, and when you put on a weekly chart those moving averages, you can see that these 200 moving averages on a weekly chart, where's the support? 25.2 on Binance. Okay, and at 25.2, you have this candle here, you have a little bit of imbalance. So I do believe that this could serve as a good support for the price to bounce. Will we bounce from here and call it a low? Not sure. Okay, we can bounce a little bit from here and then come back and smash the lower again. So that's the downside scenario.
Okay, Lee, let's talk what everybody was voting. Why do we ask these seemingly stupid questions? The reality is, guys, is that we want to gauge where you're at, because we want to tailor the content in a way so that it benefits you. If everybody sold 69, what are we doing here then? So we don't have to worry about giving you updates. We can just wait until we get a buy from our side and then just do a stream there. So if that is the case, we can actually go sit on the beach, And if guys are trapped in projects, remember, when you look at content, everybody's got a different point of view from where they started and where they're at. And that's a tricky thing. So we want to help. Remember, it's YouTube that we would have wanted to help, and that's why we do these polls. So please go and participate in them. So let's bring it up. Let's bring up the poll quickly, Lee, because now we've given the bullish invalidation level. It's clear. It's simple. 32.6, 32.7. You go there, you can woo-saw a little bit and just relax. If you don't, we can definitely start getting lower lows before it turns, before we get that exit liquidity. So which one should I pick here, Lee? Tell me. And you guys can let me know in the chat. Which one should I pick?
What do you mean?
What do you decide?
What?
How much of my portfolio did I sell when Bitcoin was above 60K?
50%?
I sold 25%.
Oh.
Because I was calling 78K. I was thinking there's more, but I was taking profit considerably. But when we started fading levels, completely different. And another thing just to note, my long-term bags, those retirement fund coins, I haven't sold a cent of them because that's their goal. My bullish invalidation line, this line over here, this analysis, let me bring it up, this one. No. Maybe it's this one. No, maybe it's this one. I've got so many BT charts saying BTC. But remember, this is my invalidation line. If we go below this, we can experience something similar than this. Then I want to look for my exit liquidity. Remember yesterday's video, Lee's 618 to 38.2 jump, exit liquidity. I want to look for that. Maybe it's 887 to the 50. I don't know. I don't care. But at that point, then I will exit the rest because I know that there's more to come. Maybe this is, there's that logarithmic curve that people are talking about. Maybe this is as low as it needs to go, and it needs to go to 17K. There's theory about that. Somebody actually tweeted something to me the other day. I didn't quite get the whole idea of what he's saying, but it pointed to something that I could understand in that sense. And there's a probability.
I've got a chart where I can show you why there's a 17 on the plate and why there's also like a 10K. On the chart.
Guys, do you want to get depressed? Do you want to get depressed? Let me know in the chat. Are you guys ready for a serious bearish chart from Lee? Because he can do them pretty good. Let's quickly see what.
No, not mine. I've seen in the market, not mine. But if Bitcoin dropped to this kind of level, I mean, it's a bargain. Be happy if you have your money, and buy some.
So just to point it down, just to point out the obvious, and you want to simplify my thought process. Why sell in a lateral trend? Simple as that. Why sell in a lateral trend? For me, Bitcoin, this has always been a lateral trend. This accumulation theory, this one over here, basically points it out and shows it nice and neatly. Why sell here? Because this is what was expected. I was willing to hold. I took enough profit there, and I've got my dry powder to buy. Should I want to buy more? Give me a reason, please, Bitcoin, to buy more. That said, if we lose this, we are trending down. Then I want to wait for my exit liquidity. I'm not interested about buying, selling the top there. It's impossible. I take profit, and when the top is the top, that's when it is, because you never really know. When the last person in the world's literally willing to buy something, that is the top. One guy gets to be at the top. Remember that guy. And then the same for the bottom. Then I'll wait and trade this thing until I get to that point where the last guy that was willing to sell sold. That's the bottom. Simple as that. And then at that stage, we'll have a new structure forming, and then I can enter in there. So that is my game plan around this and why I'm looking at this in such a way. So when we get back to the poll, let's get back to this poll. We've got 10% and less for the majority. I know that is sometimes the thing, Lee. So basically, a lot of people are still holding a lot of their bags. Well, didn't take profit at the highs when they were in good profit. That's basically what it boils down to.
Well, I don't know because you may have only said 10%, but since the top, how many times we said, you know what, it's going down. So maybe they sold at 50 or even 42,
That's true. So that's the other thing. And that's why the other poll that I created that disappeared was there. And that poll was actually there to see how you reacted at the bottom. But maybe let me know in the chat, okay? If you sold the bottom, if the fact that when Luna destabilized, let me know in the chat with the 666. When Luna destabilized and Bitcoin fell through that 30K level and it was going to 27, 26, did you sell? And that's fine if you did, but we're still in an area where if there's some bullish reason for us to buy back, don't buy back just because, wait for a reason. So I see David sold. I mean, come on, don't beat yourself up on it. I remember I sold my first big panic sell. I got the hell out right there at the bottom, and I never got back in. I was in disbelief all the way to the highs, and then I bought the top again. So that's how these things work. Okay, I think that's the thing. So there's a 666. I was waiting to buy for months, laddered in when BTC dropped below 30K. So well done. Okay, so the main thing is, Lee, let's leave this there. What's the moral of the story? Where do we want to end up? What do we want to do? Let's quickly talk this game plan. I'm looking for exit liquidity. That's my game plan because the market is showing me and the external markets are showing me that there's more negativity coming in. Remember, the US stock market, or the US government, the Fed, is going to do tightening, meaning they're going to start selling their balance sheet. They've been buying up with their own money, their country, from the citizens to prop up the economy. And now what they're going to be doing is the opposite. They're going to be offloading. So there's going to be a flood of debt entering the market. A flood of everything that they've bought is going to be entering the market. They're going to be offloading that balance sheet. Now, historically, when that happens, stock market doesn't respond well to it. So if you think it's over, think again, because when that happens, the stock market's probably going to, historically, the trend points to more downside. So we're in this little calm phase. Hopefully we get this exit liquidity now, because this little calm phase is not going to be there forever. So we just need to think about that. And then, yes, when it quiets down, Bitcoin performs its best when everybody is kind of all petered out. 2018, after a big dump from the stock market, what did Bitcoin do? It started gaining momentum first. At this stage, people are very scared because of the rising interest rates to use.
Rudo is gone. I think the Fed didn't want to hear what he has to say about him.
Am I back?
You're back, yes.
It seems like nobody wants to listen to me. Joe, stop removing me out of the stream, buddy. I think I might have had an internet dip there. I can't blame Lee because he doesn't have control over the buttons. You see, I'm a control freak. Lee
I'm just a guest here.
Okay, but that's the point. I think we nailed it home enough. You need to be scared. You're bullish, but you need to be scared. Okay. So exit liquidity, you need to take action, and I think that's the reality. We can always buy back and lose a little bit of gain, risk a little bit of gain, rather than risk more money. That's where I'm at. One thing I just want to show you quickly, Lee. We had some good news here yesterday. Telos, they did their YouTube video yesterday, and liquid staking is coming to the Telos EVM. So we're looking at about, and I don't want to get quoted here, but about 13% APY. So we're going to create a video. We're going to show you how to do it. Remember, we like this because what do we have? We've got the guys behind it. We've got a direct line of communication for us. This is a low risk. I'd rather be staking somewhere where I know what they're doing with the staked funds, as opposed to some random highly hyped protocol where your money is left at the mercy of somebody else. That's just my thought there. So I'm just going to leave it there. As for Telos price action, at this stage, Lee, it's all still hanging in the middle, hanging in the works. No reason for me to do anything just yet. So no reason to go buy it just yet from our point of view. That's my thoughts on it, for that matter, for what it's worth. Lee, have you maybe had a look at Ethereum or anything there that you can shed a light on for guys? And
no, but you know what? Let me show you some Elliott wave counts, and
But you have
put some hopium here, because I think people are so sad and depressed, and we are seeing Bitcoin going down. But guess what? There's still hope.
We got some positivity.
There are still hopes for these things to turn around. And what I wanted to say, everyone is bearish, but one green candle, just one, like 10%, go to 32, 33, and everyone's gonna turn bullish again. And then you're gonna forget to sell. So
okay, show me that one. Make it nice and big, please.
Let's start with what I think, what I'm prepared to do, because based on this and what we were always tracking discount already. I see yesterday on on my Twitter account, one of the followers, has seen somebody else putting out discounts as well, and he said, okay, this is a flat, okay, one A, B, C, no problem with that. We know that from this level to this level went to 123% retrace, but in a flat on a C wave, I need to see like 5 wave structure. The C wave has to end with 5 waves. So, but basically for now, I don't see anything like that looks like a 5 wave. Okay, we can call on 1, 2, maybe 3 here, 4. And now in this last one, we need to see also 5 wave. So is it the end of this 5th wave, and we're gonna end up at 123? Maybe if we force it a little bit. But for me, this is only maybe this 4th wave consolidation on a smaller time frame, and then we're gonna go one level below, and that level below will come at 15,000 if it is the 1618 extension of that whole move, and that will be ABC, and then we will be finally done with its correction, and we're going up from this
Amen.
level here, and we're going up. Okay, and that will be the last 5, the last wave, the 5th wave. It's gonna normally come at least to make an equal high or higher high. But what if Bitcoin
I don't
went
like
to,
your butt.
Why you don't like my butt? But it's nice. Basically, same count, but 1, 2, 3. And if we turn this to a 3-wave structure and not 5, now there's another pattern called, WXYXZ. And this pattern, it basically is just allow BTC to consolidate a little bit more within this range. And in that count, we can easily bounce back from here. And this is what I'm, hoping to see as a count, because everyone will be catched within this move as well. This can retrace to easily 44, 53, even higher, and then still come back, consolidate within this range, and that will be the 4th wave correction, and it's gonna take us even higher, because at that level we'll hold this 30K, or going back a little bit lower, but later this year, and then we're going up, and that will be the 4th wave. So in all my account, we are still in this 4th wave, and if that happens on that X, that will be really, really dangerous, because once we go back here, then everyone in the world will say, okay, we're gonna go to all-time high, and that could hurt us a little bit as well. So always have this in mind. Basically, this is the idea that we are still in this 4th wave, and the 5th wave that is coming in 1 year or 2, because the next halving now is what is in 2024, right?
Yes, I can actually get a good estimate for you. It's not a confirmation. Remember, the halving gets calculated on blocks mined and not on a specific 4-year term. So the halving at this stage, looking at November 2023, best estimate from my side. Okay. I think a lot of people will differ with that, but I mean, I'm just using the normal scale of how long it takes to get to a halving. That's all, and that's from where we're at now, 567 days.
Okay,
so it's a year and a half.
All right. Well, if we have another count, like make it simple in Elliott wave, assuming that everything we've done here is the first wave. Okay, if the first wave ends at 64, we know the second wave retrace. What's the most probable retrace area of the second wave is 618, 786. We went to 618. Okay, so now what if this is the first wave and that is the second wave correction? What is a bear market? The bear market in Elliott is just a correction. It's either going to be the second wave or the fourth wave, right? So if that is the second wave, we come back to 618. Then what is the potential of the third wave? The third wave could at least go to minimum 1618, which is 138,000. 138,000, yeah, from the minimum on that.
But we want like 300K for a BTC. So people are going to be calling 300K at that stage again. But now you've got a reasonable.
But minimum, what we said minimum is going to go to 1618, which is 133, and that is only the third wave, and then comes the fourth correction, and then the last wave up again. So the potential on the upper side it's big, as long as Bitcoin is not dying here. 618 retrace on the second wave that is ticked. It's done. Okay, we might go to 786, but from the 618, 786, 887, these are the ideal area to accumulate more BTC, basically.
Yeah, Bitcoin actually for the first time in forever is in an investor zone. So if you think about it, if you're saying you want smart money to enter this now, ETFs getting launched and people buying might be getting to that point where they will be interested now. Remember, they will never market when they action. They'll always let you know when it's the financial quarter close or something like that. When it's too late, and they will use that great news. See, I bought, as a way to sell the idea that you need to go do it. What's that theory with Super Bowl, crypto Super Bowl, where it was just crypto everywhere and it dumped, and the same happened with the .com bubble as well, where you had all those Super Bowl ads, everybody thought crypto, and that was when the dump was. It's normally the way these things work. when they start marketing these things heavily, that's when you need to take profit. You need to be fearful when everybody's greedy. Lee, what else do you have there, my friend?
Well, that's it in a nutshell. So no panic on my side. If
No
Bitcoin
panic.
comes down below 20K, I mean, it's almost a no-brainer. I mean, thank you very much, and buy more, accumulate more, because
Okay,
what comes next is gonna be big.
So basically, CryptoEMC is almost 6 months old. And all that we've done in this last 6 months is giving you reasons not to buy. So we really suck you, if you think about it. We've been protecting funds nicely for those, but we really weren't a popular channel because of that. People want to use YouTube, particularly for the following reasons. I want to go Google, where can I go make some easy, quick money? So when they come to us and we're telling you it's not a right time, when it's that, probably people move on. But now, guess what? Those guys are going to be late again the next time around to get in on good projects. We've been analyzing the markets daily. When it turns, we will be one of these first guys to know when it turns and start testing the market with small little bits of capital. Remember it. And if it fails and it starts going proper bearish, remember, this is now going to be where anybody else is buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, or it's okay, or it's bearish forever, where we're going to start getting these positions in. We always want to be contrarian to what the popular belief is, because we know those popular beliefs is where the loss is going to occur. It's only when you look at Lee's wave count, when you go into that third wave, that's when everything and everybody's right all the time. And I miss that time, because that's when I love to leverage trade and go stinkingly heavy on leverage, because it becomes easy. You just buy and just sit on it. It's going to sort itself out. Everybody is so blind and so drunk on the fact that it's going up that they just keep on buying and telling their friends and buying and buying. That's when we want to leverage trade and be reckless, because we know that there's strong momentum. We can take that risk. But now there's no strong momentum. Now we're going to be a boring YouTube channel, but we're going to be telling you guys when it's time to get there pretty quick. And that's something that we're good at finding. Lee, so thanks a lot for giving me some bullish hope. I think we ended the YouTube in a positive note, don't you say?
Hope so.
Okay. Well, let's see. Maybe we get labeled what was it? At least you're not doing better than Mooncall. So let's leave that one there. Let's leave Mooncall out of this one for Lee's sake. And yeah, let's call it a day, Lee. Thanks for that. I don't think we don't have a higher high on Bitcoin. There's no real reason for us to be aggressively trading unless there's any setup you see, Lee. Other than that, I think we might just leave the...
Well, on a smaller time frame, I'm still looking up, not looking down, in this chart.
Okay.
Unless, I mean, for today, the price is at what, 29.8. If you want to trade, put the stop loss at 29.450 and try to target an upper range. And if you lose at 450, there's a 618 area where you can, try. But yeah, I would wait. I would want to wait until on a smaller time frame and see what's happening between 28.5 and 27.7, basically. And if you lose that, definitely this 25 area, 25.5, 24.8, that will be a safe place to long, because of the 200 MA and because of these two levels. Price react always a little bit on those levels.
So guys, basically just to put it in context, we live on Wednesdays live trade. Sadly,
But
today I won't be able to do it.
That's a big drop. So I don't think on a Wednesday it's gonna happen like this. Maybe
Yeah,
they're gonna keep it here a little bit up and down within this range, and they're gonna leave maybe this move for the weekend. I don't know.
Okay, well, we do that. We live trade and we use our PrimeXBT account, guys. So there's the QR code. If you want to use PrimeXBT as well, trade with us. Just scan the QR code, pause the screen, scan it on your phone, download the app. You're not going to click on any scam links or anything. If you don't want to scan the QR code, the link is in the description below. Get yourself ready, because when we trade and when we're going to trade, it's going to be very aggressive and quick. And then lastly, I just want to bring something out. Bybit is now an official sponsor of this channel, meaning they're not just giving us an affiliate link and saying, so Bybit's actually sponsoring us and working with us. That's great. And what they did is they created this little competition for you guys, which is called the Frenemy League. Now, I would really say, guys, go and get signed up under this link. You can withdraw over 2 BTCs without KYC. So Bybit in that instance is very safe and very user-friendly in that instance. So if you've got an existing Bybit account, take a little bit of money, move it into a new email account or move it into a new Bybit account and use that as your leverage account. And let's start live trading and not live trading, but leverage trading on that one on smaller time frames, 15 minutes. Remember, completely different ballgame. There you don't worry about where the bigger picture is going to be. Use this, get your hands on that competition money. Bybit is giving free money away. All you need to do is just go there, open an account, fund it, and take one trade. And if your trade is good and it gets you up to the top, I think the top 20 of whoever is entered, you get a share in the prize pool. Isn't that correct, Lee?
I think that's correct. Top 20. Yes, that's correct.
I think that's okay. Yeah. So,
and they're giving out up to 1 Bitcoin, depending on how many people is going to subscribe. So
yeah, simple as that. It's free money that they want to give away. We're not giving it away. We're not funding any of it. I would suggest you do it. And it's no use we go trade against you guys. Or maybe we should. Maybe we should just sign up under our own competition and go trade the prize money for ourselves, Lee.
I mean, we are allowed to trade, obviously. But technically speaking, we don't have time to trade. I think if we're going to participate, I hope we're going to end up in this top 20 at least. But, we're not going to be top 1. Because we don't have
all the hours these days. But okay, I think maybe I must do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to create some crazy name and I'm going to jump there on and I'm going to go win that prize pool money for myself because it's free money and I like free money when it comes with a little bit more.
We have to be 50 at least. So for now we're only like 17. So let's see. Maybe we're not gonna yeah.
Well, let's see. Okay, right. Let's call it a day. I think it's done. Lee, as always, buddy, thanks. And everybody else, keep hustling.
Keep hustling.